TRMP files. Secrets that shook America. Default text. Chapter 1. The moment everything exploded. It began like any ordinary morning until one headline detonated across every screen in America. Reports of classified documents, hidden conversations, and unconfirmed leaks spread like wildfire. Within minutes, the nation was split in half. Supporters claimed it was another political hit job, while critics said this was finally the moment the truth surfaced. Social media erupted into chaos, each side shouting louder than the last. What started as a rumor transformed into a nationwide storm, and the country realized nothing would ever be the same again. Chapter 2. The secret meetings no one was supposed to know about. Whispers of secret meetings slowly crawled into the open. Closed rooms, late-night discussions, top advisors gathering behind locked doors. None of it appeared in any official record. When the story leaked, the public felt a surge of unease. Were these meetings harmless briefings, or attempts to hide something far more dangerous? Rumors exploded, theories multiplied, and trust evaporated. Suddenly, every move, every word, every shadow around TRMP became suspicious. The nation sensed something was brewing, and everyone feared what might surface next. Chapter 3. When allies turned into enemies overnight, as allegations intensified, the once solid inner circle began to crack. High-profile allies stepped back, issued cautious statements, or suddenly went silent. Some even reversed their long-held stances, sparking shock across the political landscape. Overnight, loyalty became a rare commodity. Those who remained by TRMP's side doubled down with fierce devotion, while others quietly built distance to protect themselves. A political family that once appeared unbreakable now looked fractured and uncertain. The public watched, wondering who was telling the truth and who was simply saving themselves. Chapter 4. The leaked documents that changed everything. Then came the leak that shook the nation. Pages containing sensitive information, dates, signatures, private memos spread across the internet in seconds. Analysts dissected every detail. News channels fought for exclusives, and investigators intensified their pursuit. TRMP's camp insisted the documents were misrepresented or taken out of context, but critics saw them as the missing puzzle pieces. For the American public, this wasn't just evidence, it was confirmation that something significant had been hidden. The leak turned the controversy into a crisis, pushing the story to a point of no return. Chapter 5. Inside the courtroom. A battle of power and ego. The courtroom became the stage for one of the most high-stakes battles in modern history. Lawyers clashed, objections flew, and witnesses delivered testimony that fueled endless headlines. Outside, crowds gathered, some chanting in support, others demanding justice. Every session felt like a national event. Inside those walls, reputations, legacies, and political futures hung in the balance. The proceedings weren't just about evidence. They were a war of influence, strategy, and ego. As the judge struggled to maintain control, the world held its breath, waiting for the next explosive moment. Chapter 6. The public reacts. Chaos, protest, and fear. The reaction was immediate and volatile. Protests erupted from coast to coast, with thousands flooding the streets to voice their anger, frustration, or unwavering loyalty. Families argued at dinner tables, friendships collapsed online, and workplaces split into opposing camps. The cause wasn't just a legal matters became a fight over identity, values, and the future of the country. Fear spread as tensions rose. People began to wonder whether this controversy would leave a scar deeper than any political battle before. America felt more divided than ever. Chapter 7. The betrayal that shocked his inner circle. One of the most dramatic twists came when a figure from TRMP's trusted inner circle suddenly agreed to cooperate with investigators. Shockwaves hit the media, and political commentators scrambled to interpret the move. Was it an act of self-preservation, a tactical betrayal, or a desperate attempt to escape the growing pressure? Whatever the motive, the impact was undeniable. This single defection turned the case upside down, opening doors to new evidence, new testimonies, and new suspicions. It was clear loyalty had a breaking point. Chapter 8. The media war. Truth versus narrative. As the investigation deepened, media outlets entered a full-scale war. Each network pushed its own version of the truth, shaping narratives to fit their audience's expectations. Clips were trimmed, headlines sensationalized, and commentators argued fiercely on live television. For everyday Americans, understanding what was real became nearly impossible. Facts blurred into opinions, and opinions masqueraded as facts. The media battlefield turned the case into something far bigger, a conflict over who controls the national story and whose version of truth the country would believe. Chapter 9. The evidence that nearly broke the nation. When the core evidence was finally revealed, it sent shockwaves across the country. Audio recordings, testimonies, memos, and timelines surfaced, each piece interpreted differently by every side. Supporters called it a witch hunt. Opponents called it undeniable proof. But the aftermath was the most dangerous part. The new revelations deepened the divide, pushing the nation to its emotional limit. Suddenly, it wasn't just a case anymore. People felt the stability of the country trembling. The evidence, real or disputed, brought America closer to breaking than anyone expected. Chapter 10, the final verdict and the fallout that followed. The day of the verdict felt like the entire nation was holding its breath. Streets quieted, television networks went live hours early, and millions waited for a single sentence that could shift the country's future. When the ruling was read, reactions exploded instantly. Celebrations, outrage, disbelief, every emotion imaginable erupted across the nation and online. But the verdict wasn't the end. It triggered political storms, new investigations, and fierce debates about justice, power, and truth. The fallout reshaped America's landscape, leaving a legacy that will be discussed for years.